There was once a little tailor who lived in a small house all on his own. He worked from early morning till late at night, singing his little song all the time. Everybody liked him and respected him, and he always had a kind word for everybody. He had only one complaint in life, and that was that he was very, very small. He would so have liked to be big and strong. Now one morning he got up more cheerfully than ever. It was a beautiful fine day, and he was just finishing a particularly fine suit for an important customer. On the windowsill there was a bowl of cream that he had just bought from a milkmaid who was passing along the street.
For I am a wonderful tailor am I. For I am a wonderful tailor, a wonderful tailor. My word, I think this'll be one of the finest suits I've ever made. I must make a suit like this for myself one day. But I don't suppose I'll ever have the time to spare to make a suit like this for myself. In any case, when would I wear it? Now, where can I have put those gold buttons? Dearie me, dearie me, dearie me, they were here last night, I'm sure they were. Oh, where can they be? Here they are. How silly of me. My word, I'm feeling hungry. Think I'll have my breakfast. That cream's making my mouth water. But I'd better finish sewing these buttons on first. Oh, these flies. What a nuisance they are. Get away, you horrible things. Leave my cream alone. Get away, won't you? Look here. If you don't go away, I'll get angry. And when I'm angry, I'm very dangerous, I warn you. All right, then. Take that. I thought that would make you think better of it. Oh. You don't seem to have learnt your lesson. Well, you can only blame yourselves. Take that. Good heavens, where have they all gone? They're not all dead, surely? But they must be. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I've killed them all. 7 at one blow. 7 at one blow. Nobody's ever heard the like of it. 7 at one blow. Just think of it. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make myself a beautiful belt and embroider on it the words, 7 at one blow. Then everybody will know just what a brave fellow I am. For I am a wonderful tailor am I.
No sooner said than done. And when he had finished, the little tailor put his embroidered belt on and strutted proudly round his room for a minute or two. Then he put away his needles, his thread, his scissors, and his cloth. He was just on the point of leaving when he remembered he ought to take something to eat with him. He looked around, but all he could find was an old lump of cheese. He pushed it in his pocket. There was a bird singing in its cage, so he took the bird and pushed that in his pocket as well. Then off he went in search of adventure. He walked quickly, whistling away merrily all the time, and soon he arrived at the top of a big hill. There was a huge giant there, sitting watching the people go by and taking his ease.
Hello, Tiny.
What?
What's wrong with you? Were you born tired?
What?
Is that all you can do? Sit there like a mountain and watch the people crawl along past your feet? I think you're lazy.
What?
I'm not lazy, you know. I'm on the lookout for adventure. Would you like to come with me?
Come with you? That's a good one. A big fellow like me going with a little squirt like you.
Little squirt, did you say? You can't have any idea who you're talking to. I think you'd better have a look at what's embroidered on my belt here. That'll give you some idea of what sort of a man I am.
7 at 1 below. Not bad, I must say. Would you be wanting to match yourself against me by any chance? Oh, I see. Very well. Do you see this stone here? Well, try and squeeze some water out of it, just as I'm doing.
Is that all? Let me tell you where I come from. That's just a children's game. Watch me.
And the little tailor took the lump of cheese he had in his pocket and squeezed it in his hand, making all the cream come out.
What do you think of that?
It's amazing. Amazing. Still, I don't suppose you can throw a stone as far as I can. Watch this. There. Can you see where that stone has landed?
Not bad. Not bad. But it did drop back to earth all the same. I'm going to throw a stone that won't drop back to earth.
And the little tailor took the bird out of his pocket. He threw it into the air, and it flew away, high into the sky, right out of sight.
But it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Well, I'm off now. I don't think I'd like your company after all. You don't seem all that strong to me. And in any case, you take up too much room.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
And the little tailor went on his way, whistling cheerfully. He walked for many days and many nights, and finally he arrived in the grounds of a big palace. As he was feeling tired, he lay down on a lawn and fell fast asleep.
Look! There's a little man lying on the grass. Let's keep away. Don't be silly. Can't you see he's asleep? Let's go and look at him. He looks quite nice. Yes, he does, doesn't he? But what are those words embroidered on his belt? 7 at 1 blow. What can they mean? Perhaps it means he has killed 7 at 1 blow. 7 what? 7 little girls? Oh, I'm frightened. Let's get away from here. I'm frightened.
Another tramp. Oh, just look at him. Asleep on my lawn, that rascal. Hey, you. Hey, here. But what's that on his belt? It's writing, isn't it? Yeah. Read what it says. 7 at 1 blow. I say, I don't like this. 7 what? 7 gardeners, perhaps. Hey, we better get away before we wake him.
Oh, what a nice little man. All alone, too.
He must be very unhappy without a woman to look after him. I think I'll take him home with me.
Steady on there. What about me? I'm sure he'd prefer to come with me.
Let's wake him up. Then he can choose, but what's that embroidered on his belt? 7 at one blow? 7 women at one blow? On second thoughts, I think we'd better leave him alone. We've had a narrow escape.
All the same.
Is that a man on the lawn over there?
Oh, yes, it is. And normally it is strictly forbidden for anyone to go onto the lawn. He must be a very important nobleman.
Look at this. 7 at one blow. 1 blow? Oh, now that really is a fighter. Oh, a true warrior. That's the sort of man we need at the court instead of these namby-pamby soldiers we've got. We must speak to the king about this. Your Majesty, if war should break out, may heaven preserve us from such an eventuality, if war should break out, do you think it wise that we should be deprived of the services of such a remarkable warrior? In my very humble opinion, his services should be engaged no matter what price he may ask.
I thank you for your advice. I know you have the best interests of our kingdom at heart. Oh, gods, go and fetch this man straight away. Let him be treated with the utmost respect. Give him the finest of the guest rooms in the palace. Let no pains be spared to give him an extraordinary welcome. What's this I hear? Mutterings and murmurings among my soldiers. In my presence, too. This is treason.
We are soldiers, Your Majesty. Men of few words. We cannot hide the truth.
Well, tell me what's wrong.
You must understand, Your Majesty, that we aren't jealous in any way.
Jealous? Of course not.
But can you imagine what a difficult situation would arise if this man were to pick a quarrel with us? He would attack us ferociously, killing 7 of us at one blow.
And deprive the kingdom of its most stalwart supporters.
So, you see, Your Majesty, we cannot continue to live in the company of a man who kills 7 at one blow.
No, indeed.
So we ask you to accept our resignation.
This really is most annoying. He's been here only a matter of a few days, and already he has brought me into a difficult situation. Yes, indeed. It looks as though I shall have to choose between him and you. The trouble is, I don't provoke him in any way, in case he kills me on the spot. Oh, most annoying, most annoying. I shall have to think this over carefully. And you yourselves must try and find a suitable solution.
Yes.
Have you found a solution to our problem?
No, none at all.
Well, let me think again. Yes, let me think. Gentlemen, I have an idea. Providence has been kind. I am your king, and I have an idea. Let the man be brought into my presence. noble lord, there are two terrible giants in our country. They roam all over the place, creating havoc wherever they go. They rob, they murder, and they burn whole villages down. Nobody has the courage to go near them. But you, sir, are a great hero. I feel quite sure that you can accomplish what no one else has been able to. Not even the trustiest and bravest of my guards. If you can do away with these two fearful giants, you will have my daughter's hand in marriage, and her dowry will be half my kingdom. Needless to say, you can have 100 horsemen to help you in your enterprise.
Your Majesty, your offer is just the sort that tickles my fancy. I must confess such chances don't often come my way. I agree to go after these two giants, but I must make one condition. I want to do without the escort of soldiers you suggest.
Oh?
It's rather an insult to suppose that a man who killed 7 with one blow cannot get the better of a mere 2, even if they are giants.
So once again the little tailor set off into the forest. And once again he would have to use all his cunning to overcome enemies stronger than himself. After he had been walking for a while, he saw the two giants lying asleep under a tree. They were snoring so loudly that the branches of the trees were trembling with the vibrations. The little tailor looked for some pebbles. He found some nice round ones, stuffed them in his pocket, and then climbed up the tree as quickly as he could. He scrambled along a branch just above the two giants and started to drop his pebbles, one by one, onto the stomach of one of them.
By Atlas, why did you hit me? I hit you? What do you mean? I didn't even touch you. Oh. Why, Atlas, if you haven't done the same thing again? I tell you, I didn't touch you. You must have been dreaming. Oh. Again! What are you throwing at me? Now, look here, I'm not throwing anything. You're dreaming. Yes. You're going a bit too far, you know. If you go on any longer, I'll start to get angry. Now you're starting trying to be funny. Leave me alone. Leave you alone, indeed. Take that. Oh, take that. Yourself. Oh, all right. If that's what you want, take that. Oh, I see. Oh, see how you like this. Oh, you see this tree? Well, here it is in my hand, ready to crown you with. And I've got one here, too, ready to knock your brains out.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now that you've knocked each other unconscious, I can step in. A little poke with my sword here. And another there. And you're both stone dead now. Come on, everybody, come on. It's all over. I've just finished them off. It was a pretty fierce struggle. They tried to resist, and they pulled up those trees there. They wanted to smash them over my head. But what was the use of such weapons against a man who killed 7 at a blow? I trust your majesty has noticed that all this has been done without even a hair on my head being put out of place. I haven't even got the slightest scratch. I think I dare hope that your majesty is not displeased.
Ah, on the contrary, I'm so pleased with what you've done that I'm anxious to see a further example of your prowess.
But, your majesty, your promise. What about your promise?
Ah, yes, my promise. Well, I'm taking it back. So that I can give it to you again. Well, that's obvious, isn't it?
I suppose it is, your majesty.
Good. Well, listen to me. All my forests are haunted by a unicorn. I want you to get rid of this unicorn.
Well, 1 unicorn is a much easier proposition than 2 giants. All right, I'm off straight away. For I'm a wonderful tailor.
We'll wait for you.
I hope he fails.
Yes, and if the unicorn kills him, everything will be as it was before he came on the scene to bother us.
Our lawns will be free from people walking all over them.
Our wives won't always be thinking of blood and that peaceful life again.
For I am a wonderful tailor, a wonderful tailor am I. For I am a wonderful tailor am I. Your Majesty, here's the unicorn. Your forests will no longer be troubled.
Good heavens. How did you manage?
It wasn't difficult, Your Majesty. But here's one of your soldiers who was hiding in the forest. He saw everything. Let him tell you about it.
Your Majesty, I have never seen such courage. I confess I was trembling with fear all the time at the sight of the terrible unicorn. But not our brave warrior here. He stood right in the path of the unicorn with a tall oak tree behind him. The unicorn stamped its hooves with rage. Its eyes glowed red, its nostrils foamed, the earth seemed to tremble beneath it, and then suddenly it charged. At the very last second, yes, the very last second, I shake at the thought of it, the warrior jumped out of the way and the unicorn's horn pierced right into the tree. He then put a rope round the unicorn's neck, freed it from the tree, and led it here as though it had been the tamest of horses.
Yes, that is a remarkable story. Nevertheless, I am informed by my counselors and by my soldiers that every hero worthy of his name must perform 3 exploits before he can carry off the prize which is his due. So for that reason, and for that reason only, I must ask you to give me just 1 more example of your prowess.
I suppose there's no reason why I shouldn't go on giving such examples forever.
Forever? Well, I won't say anything about your insolence. I'll simply order you to capture the wild boar which roams through the countryside.
All right, off I go. Nothing is impossible for a man who killed 7 at a blow. For I am a wonderful tailor. A wonderful tailor am I.
But, how did you manage it? How did you manage it?
Well, I went alone into the forest. Your soldiers were very relieved, Your Majesty. They didn't seem particularly anxious to come with me. It wasn't long before the wild boar came after me, crashing its way through the undergrowth. There was a little chapel nearby, so I slipped through the door, and the boar rushed in after me. There was a little window at the end of the chapel, just big enough for me to get through. I scrambled through it, and before the beast had had time to realize what was happening, I'd run round and closed the door behind him.
Oh, a man who has such presence of mind in such a dangerous situation seems well fitted to rule my kingdom. It is with a glad heart that I give you my daughter's hand in marriage. Furthermore, I give you half my kingdom, half of everything I possess.
Oh, thank you.
Soldiers, form a guard of honor. Sound trumpets and cymbals. Barons, counts, and dukes, kneel before this man. My daughter, come forward and stretch out your hand to him. Now, sir, kneel while I put the crown of gold, studded with diamonds and carbuncles, upon your head.
Ooh.
And to make this moment one that will last into eternity, I hereby solemnly declare that the tune which has accompanied you on all your exploits shall henceforth become our national anthem.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Once upon a time, there was a pitch-black castle. It was made of solid granite, and its towers